welcome to this video. This is Ankit Jain. Today in this video I am going to explain my project. My project is based on AI, that is artificial intelligence. As you would be aware that AI is increasing its grasp day by day in the field of technology, meanwhile modifying our lives and making it easy. So now let me tell you about my project. The title of my project is Intelligent Customer Help Desk with Smart Document Understanding SB23356 and my project ID is SPS_pro_99. In this project, we are going to develop a smart chatbot. Usually, the typical customer chatbot can answer simple questions such as store location, hours, and make appointments. When question falls outside of scope of predetermined question set of the chatbot, it replies, "I can't get you," or "Can you repeat?" But in this project, there is a peculiar option. If the customer question is about the operation of a device, the application shall pass the question on to Watson Discovery Service, which has been preloaded with device owner manual, so that the chatbot can reply with the relevant section from the manual. In this project, we are going to use IBM Cloud functionalities. Firstly, Watson Discovery for document understanding. Second, IBM Cloud functions to integrate Watson Discovery to Watson Assistant. Third, Watson Assistant to build the skill set of our chatbot. And lastly, we are going to use the Node-RED Web UI to configure and deploy our chatbot. To create your chatbot, you first need to navigate to IBM Cloud and set up a IBM ID and password. As I have already done that, I will log in. This will redirect me to the IBM Cloud's dashboard. This is the IBM Cloud's dashboard. Our step 1 deals with creating a Watson Discovery service for our project. So click on Catalog and search Discovery. As you can see, this opens up the main Watson Discovery's dashboard. But as I have already created the service for my project, I will go to Resources tab and open up my Discovery project. This redirects me to the service. Now, in order to open my project, I need to launch Watson Discovery. So as you can see that I have created a smart document. I am referring to the document as smart because using Watson Discovery, I have annotated the document. In the Identify Fields tab, the document is loading. As you can see that the document has been annotated and is highlighted with various colors. On each page, you need to apply annotation depending on the legend given on your right. As you can see that there is a highlighted colors like yellow, pink, sky blue, which indicates different subsections of the document. You can annotate the pages in the similar manner and submit it. Once you have reached the end of the document, you can go for the next steps. In the middle of this, you can stop at any page and see that Watson has now been able to recognize your pages. The smart feature of the SDU will automatically highlight the various subsections of the document. Now let's click on next tab, which is manage fields. In the manage fields tab, you need to turn off the fields which are not important to your project, as I have only keep on subtitle and text which will be required for the project. Next, you need to split the document using the subtitle. After this, you can even enrich fields. As you can see that I have enriched text and subtitle. After this, click on apply changes to collection. This will ask you to re-upload your document. After a while, it will refresh the main Watson Discoveries dashboard. As you can see that I have 92 documents splitted and the sentiment analysis is shown here. Now, in order to test our Watson Discovery SDU, we can build our queries here. Clicking on this tab, search for documents, and we can search for any query like uh, what are the precautions I need to follow. As you can see that there are many relevant passages shown on the right side, like you can consult the guide or and many more passages. In the similar manner, we can search for other queries also. As you see that we got our desired output from the manual. This completes our first step. Here we're going to connect Watson Discovery to the cloud functions. So in the IBM Cloud Dashboard, navigate to Resources tab. In the Resources tab on the left side panel, click on F, which says Functions. Then inside Functions, to create a new function, click on Start Creating. In order to configure your function, you need to choose Action and select the backend language as Node.js 10 or any other that you like. But as I have already created the function, I am going to show you my code. So I navigate to Actions tab. Here Here, as you can see, it is showing the function that I have created, and its runtime environment is Node.js 10. Let's navigate inside. Here, this code tab displays the code that I have written in Node.js to integrate Watson Discovery with the Watson Assistant via Cloud Functions. Here, you can see a number of parameters. First of all, I am using an IAM API key that will be from Watson Discovery. Next, I am using an URL. Then I am using a number of IDs including environment ID, collection ID, and the passages count that must be returned by the cloud functions to assistant. So for that I need to add the IDs in the parameters tab. Navigate to the parameters tab. Here as you can see that I have added a number of IDs including environment ID, collection ID, IAM API key, and the URL from the Watson Discovery. For this, you need to navigate to IBM Watson created service and to the same collection that you have created. In the right panel, click on API and it will display the various ID, including collection ID, environment ID. Just copy this and paste them here. For this IAM API key, you need to navigate to IBM Watson Discovery Service page. Here, as you can see, this is the API key and this is the URL. You need to copy both and paste into the Cloud Functions. Once you have configured all of the four, then go back to your code. Then click on Invoke. As you can see, the code has been executed and it's showing a green tick indicating that the code was correct. So this completes our second step of building our smart document understanding chatbot. In the third step, we are going to add voice to our chatbot using Watson Assistant. So from the IBM Cloud's main dashboard, go to Catalog and search for IBM Watson Assistant. As you can see, the Watson Assistant is showing up. As you can see now, the Watson Assistant main screen opens up, allowing you to create a new assistant. But for this project, I have already created my own Watson Assistant. So I will navigate back to resources list and go to the assistant that I have created. Now in the resources tab, I am going to open my Watson Assistant. As you can see, the main IBM Watson service page opens up, and if I click on Launch Watson Assistant, it is going to take me to the interface. In the assistant, I have created my own skill, which is the dialog of the Watson Assistant that you are creating. So I am going to click on the skill to show you what I have created. As you can see, this is the skill of the chatbot. It includes many parameters as you can see on the left side, including intents, entities, dialog, and many other tabs. Now, as you can see that I have created 11 intents. Basically, intents are the tools to recognize the goal or purpose of the statement of the customer. So now let me show you some of the examples. Like if you want to recognize a welcome, what are the examples you need to add? So see, I have added many examples like good afternoon, good morning, hello, hi. These are all some kind of examples related to greeting. As you can see, for each intent, I have added a lot many examples which are indicated on the right. Now, if I go to definition, it includes what is a charger, what is a keyboard, as I am relating to a laptop. Similarly, you can see customer care contact us. Now, I am going to the next part, that is entities. Entities are the specific part of the user statement that includes like if you want to buy something or if you want some help, then I have created a buy tag, then I have created a care store entity, confirm entity. In the similar manner, you need to add values instead of examples for the entities. Also,
Watson Assistant provides system entities that I have added, including number, date, and time. Now, next comes the main part of the Watson Assistant, that is dialog. As you can see there, here I have created a lot many nodes indicating the dialog skill of the Watson Assistant. As you can see, this is the welcome message that would be displayed when the bot opens up. This is the greeting message. Here I have set it to random so that any of these can be printed. Next, I have created the glossary which contains many nodes including child nodes, keyboard, trackpad, and then ports also I have created, as you can see. Then I have also created care store, customer, contact us, notifications, products offered. But here you also need to add an extra node to contact to the Watson discovery. For this, you need to add an ask about product node, which will be enabled via webhooks. For this, navigate to options tab, and in the URL you need to paste the URL from the cloud functions. So go to the cloud function that you have created. For this that you have created, then go to the endpoints and tick this option which says enable as web action. Then this HTTP method will highlight up indicating a URL. Copy this URL path and paste it in the Watson Assistant. Now in the dialog you need to configure that node as shown. You need to pass the input and the value as I have indicated. Then it will display that webhook was configured. Then you need to add the webhook result, that is the passage that it will return from the discovery. Otherwise it will say please try again. So now let me show you how my Watson Assistant works. Click on the try it which is on the left side panel. So as you can see, it shows hello, my name is Lapbot. I can resolve any of your queries related to laptop. If I clear this and refresh, then it shows another message as it is set to random. Next, I am going to query some queries for you. Like if I say hi, then it is going to reply back, hi there, my name is Laptop, and all that stuff. Next, if I ask him like what is a keyboard? Oh, I made a typo. Now, as you can see, it recognizes keyboard as an entity and definition as an intent. Then it displays what is a keyboard. Next, if I ask him what is a trackpad, then you can see that it displays the correct result, indicating which node it was used. Next, I am going to use another query which is what is a port. As you can see, it displays what is a port, that is the physical definition. A port is a physical docking point and all that stuff. Next, it also asks me, do you want info about ports? If I reply yes, then see what happens. It presents me a list of the ports. Now, if I want to know about any port, then I can type in the name here. Like if I type HDMI and press enter, then it's gonna show me up what is the high definition HDMI port. If I do same again, like what is a port, then I type yes, and this time I opt for another like USB 2.0. Then it displays what does USB 2.0 does. If I click on clear, then it clears and resets to warm greeting, my the same intent that was displaying. Now let's query about the Watson discovery. So if I type what precautions do I need to follow when using my computer. Now it will query from the Watson discovery and says, and see, it displays the same thing that it was displaying in the passed when we configured the Watson Discovery. It says the Lenovo guide that came with you can refer to that for the precautions. So now let's query some more from the Watson Discovery. And now let's type in how to navigate to start menu. Okay, it's enough. Now see, it displays the text which says that you need to go to the left corner of the screen to open start button. As you can see here, I open the start button. So as you can see, it is configured perfectly and returns the same result as we type in from the Watson Discovery using cloud functions as the intercom. Next step, I am going to show you some more queries like stop my notifications. That is a most common thing that people want from the chatbots. See, it says me that you can type in yes if you want to can stop your notifications, or you can type in no. If I type yes, then see what it says. It says, are you sure you want to unsubscribe from emails? If I type Y, then it will say done. Changes are applied and we won't receive any further notification. Next, if someone wants to ask the assistant that where is the nearest store located, like I ask where are you located? See what it says. It says we are located approximately at all countries around the globe, and you can reach us anytime at our store. But it can also tell us the nearest location. Let's see what it says. It says, can you wait if I type? Yes, I can. See, it says it got it, and our nearest current store location is just 5 minutes from my location. So now in this way we can configure our Watson assistant to see what all skills we have added and what all dialogues we have added to receive the same results that we use. Now if I type in thank you, thanks, okay, that's okay, thanks, say, it replies in a formal tone, no formalities. So in this way we have completed our step 3 of designing the smart chatbot. Going to work on the fourth step, that is building the flow and integrating all services in the Node-RED. For that, I need to navigate to the IBM Cloud dashboard and from there to resources list. Under resources list, I can see Cloud Foundry apps. This lists the apps that I have created. So if I open up the app, it leads me to the app's main interface. As you can see that the app has been deployed with this much memory allocation and it's 100% running. Now, in order to see the functionalities behind this, I need to open up my Node-RED web UI by visiting the app URL. If you visit for the first time, you would be asked to create your credentials, but as I have already created the app, I can go to my Node-RED Flow Editor. So as you can see, this is the flow that I have designed that consists of several nodes that are integrated from starting from the form till the response I achieve from the bot. Now I am going to explain one by one the functionalities that are involved in all these nodes. So first let's talk about the sky blue, which is showing form. In the Node-RED UI, you need to create nodes which pass on the control from one to next, from and another and another. In this form, it leads from the form till we get the response from the assistant. So as you can see, this is the form for which I have added first functionality. I have created a group customer care help desk under which I have named my form as Smart Lab Bot. Now you can see that I have created a functionality here of entering the query which has the name of text and also the type as text. Then two buttons are enabled which are submit and cancel. Next we have created an intercom which is a cloud function which will be used to take the code from the form and pass on it to the assistant. Now here you can see it says message.payload equal to message.payload.text and return message. This function is written in JavaScript. What it does is that it is a conversation agent, and it enhances the property of message.payload containing in the body of that message. It passes this message from form to assistant, which will be processed by the assistant for the further query. Here I have added an extra node your query, which will display our query in the format label and under that value. Here the label will be your query and value format will be message.payload, which indicates the value format that can be displayed via the HTML filters. Next, we are going to use the Watson Assistant. You can find all these in the left side panel. If they aren't available, you can go to this and search for Manage palette. Under Manage palette, you can type Node-RED dashboard. As you can see, I have already used it. It is saying in use. Otherwise, you could install it. It takes hardly 2 to 3 minutes. Next, it will show you all the parameters that you can use in the creating the Node-RED web UI. Now, back to the project. Here I have used the Watson Assistant. As you can see, this is the Watson Assistant configuration. Here I have written the name as Watson Assistant for this node. Then I need to pass API key, service endpoint, workspace ID. Now for all these you need to navigate to the IBM Watson service page. So from the resources tab, I go to my smart laptop Watson Assistant. Then inside the service page you can see API key and URL. This API key shall be mentioned as it is, and in the service endpoint you need to mention the URL here. Next, you need to mention the workspace ID. This workspace ID is the skill of your of your chatbot. For this, launch the Watson Assistant and it will be showing your assistants. Then navigate to your assistant that you created, and inside the skill you can see, if I click on view API details, it is showing me the skill ID with which this skill is registered. So copy this and paste it here. Now this completes our next step, which is configuring the Watson Assistant. You can also read about the node as it is listed here, that with IBM Watson Assistant service you can create cognitive agents, virtual agents that combine machine learning, NLP and integrated dialogue scripting tools to provide outstanding customer engagements. Now click on done. Next is to connect the Watson Discovery Connect. This Watson Discovery Connect is another cloud function which returns the code from the Watson Discovery service if it is present there. Here, as you can see, msd.payload as same as it was used in the intercom function. Next, it is using another extra attribute, that is output.text.0. That is the passage that must be returned. If I click on done, this function is also configured. Next, it is the message.payload. These are the two debug nodes which displays the selected message properties in the debug sidebar tab and optionally the runtime log. By default, it displays whatever the message.log that Watson Assistant passes to it. Similarly, after Watson Discovery Connect function will return from the discovery, Watson Discovery, it will pass it to the discovery response node. And if it is from the predefined question set, then it will return from the response. For this, I have added another extra node which is response. And as you can see, same like the previous node, your query, I have added msg.payload, which will return the value format feed, and it can be used to display the valid HTML filters. Next, I have set the layout to label and then value. If I click on done, this is done. Now, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the nodes that are used to configure the UI. Next, when you have done from form to intercom, then connecting Watson Assistant, then your query, and all these, then you need to go to this button. Here, you need to set the layout. As you can see, this is the layout which I have designed. Next, you can also go to this and edit each form's size, or you can also alter the properties of that node. Next, if I go to site, you can see that it displays a site. It will display a site for me, which will be in Angular theme in UI template, and it can also include date. And I need to provide the size of all these vignettes. Then I can choose any theme. By default, I have set it to custom and choose this as the theme. Next, after you have all done all these steps, then you click on deploy. It is going to deploy your application and display successfully deployed. This completes our step 4. We are going to work on the final part of this project. In this part, we are going to test our deployed application. As in the previous section, we have already created the node and deployed the code. Now we are going to see what has been deployed. For this, select this part from the URL and paste it in a new tab. Add UI at the end of this URL. This will lead us to the final created chatbot's main interface. As you can see, this is our customer care help desk with which is showing that it is Smart Lab Bot. And here I can enter my query and it is displaying the result. So now, first of all, let's start testing it. I will first type hello, and as I submit, see, it displays, "Hello amigo, my name is LabBot. I am an AI-powered virtual laptop bot and I can resolve any of your queries related to your laptop. Please to be at your service. Can I help you?" In this manner, it has been configured. Now, let's try some basic things which we created in our Watson skill set. What is a keyboard? Let's type it submit. Now you can see the same thing we are getting, that a keyboard is an input device and all that stuff. Now let's change a little bit, like what is a screen. See, it is displaying that the laptop screen is available in many sizes and all the functionalities that the screen can provide. Now let's type another one. See, it is displaying what is a trackpad. Now let's do another thing. Let's ask it what is a port. As we have done previously, it is going to show us the physical definition of a port. Now it is asking us, do you want info about ports? Now let me type yes, I do. See, it says me these are the available ports information. You can read anyone. So I type USB 3.0 and submit the query. Now you can see it is showing me that it is also known as super speed USB port and all the specifications that the port has. Now, as you can see, we have queried many simple questions from the bot. Now let us ask him about the Watson discovery, the question set which is from the manual. So let me ask him, what safety precautions should I follow when using my computer? Now, for this is a query from the manual. If I click on submit, it is going to show me that the Lenovo safety and general information guide, which came with your computer, contains safety precautions and all these instructions. In the similar manner, we can query other queries also. Let us query some more queries related to Watson discovery. So, like if I type uh, how to navigate to start menu, that is indicated in the guide, and if I click on submit, let's see what it shows. It says if you click on the start button, that is for the default for Windows. Now if I go to the manual that I have configured, now if I go to this page, you can see that it is displayed here. See, it says that operating system interfaces if you click start button and all that stuff, which is returned from the manual. Now back to project. Now if I want to query some more and I type where uh, let's say how to restore restore the system. And if I click on submit, you can see that it says me about the peculiar feature of the Lenovo, that is Lenovo One Key Recovery System, which is a software designed to backup and restore your computer, the correct that we wanted from the manual. Now let's say one more. If I say what is push button reset, it is a feature that was included in this manual. So let's say if I query this, then oh, just a second. So you can see that push button reset can be launched using any one of the following methods: no button and that all stuff. So now this completes our discovery queries. Now let us type some more queries, like if I say where are you located. This was in the dialogue skill of the chatbot. So now let's query it. So it is saying that we are located approximately all around the globe, and it can tell me the nearest store to me. So if I type yes, then it says just a second. Will you wait? If I type yes as it is searching, then it replies, okay, yeah, got it. That nearest center is located just 5 minutes from my current location. Now let's query some more queries. Like if I say stop my notifications, as a lot of people are worried about the spam messages that they get daily. So if I click on stop my notification, it is saying that yes, I can stop your notifications. So if I type yes, then it says, are you sure you want to unsubscribe from emails and messages? If I type yes, I am, then it says done, changes are applied, you won't receive further notifications. In the similar manner, we can query more, like if I say need to know what all products you have. As you can see, it's showing up, and if I click on submit, it is showing me the various products that they can offer. And if what would you like to buy, it is asking me. So let's type I want to buy a laptop. So if I click on laptop and submit, then it is going to show me you can order anytime on our site, and it is showing me a URL. Now if I click on it, it redirects me to the official Lenovo website where I can order my PC or whatever I needed. So now let's use another one, like if someone goes angry that he is not in a mood to ask or query from the chatbot, then he can ask for a real agent. So if I say a real agent please, then it says yes, I would arrange, shall I? Then if in response I type yes, then let's say what it does, it says enter your mobile number followed by country code. So for India we have 91 as the code, and we type let's say a number 8178556789. Let's say this is a number that we type, and if I click on submit, you can see that it replies, okay, you will soon receive a call from our next customer care executive. So let's query some more, asking that can you tell me telephone number of my local store. Let's see what it applies to this query. If I click on submit, hey, yeah, it says that you can contact our customer care helpline anytime between Sunday to Friday, and it is displaying toll free number as well as the timings. Now let's ask him. Okay, let's say thanks. Then it is going to reply, no formalities. And as it is set to random, it is replying different things. So you can see that it has been verified, and the customer care chatbot has been configured properly. It is replying correctly for the queries in the Watson Discovery as well as in the Watson Assistant. In this manner, we have designed our smart customer care help desk chatbot with smart document understanding, and I have named this chatbot as LabBot because it is a laptop bot which is going to answer queries related to laptop. So this was all about my project. Thank you and thanks for watching.